Navigating the economic landscape of the United States can often feel like a daunting task, especially when it comes to finding a city that aligns with your financial expectations. But fret not. We've done the heavy lifting for you. Using comprehensive 2024 economic data, we've compiled a list of the top 10 cities with the lowest cost of living in the U.S. This list takes into account several vital factors such as housing costs, average income, utility expenses, and the cost of goods and services. Before we continue, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's begin. Number 10, Rockford, Illinois. Rockford is the largest city in Illinois outside of the Chicago metropolitan area. It's located in Winnebago County and is home to the forest preserves of Winnebago County, which include 11,500 acres of woods, wetlands, rivers, prairies, ponds, and 100 miles of hiking trails. Retirement in Rockford has some perks. Illinois exempts all retirement income. But there is an estate tax in Illinois, which has a $4 million exemption. Estates exceeding that value are taxed between 0.8% and 16%. Illinois also has high property taxes when compared with the rest of the country, but at least there is no personal property tax. The higher property taxes might not hit as hard in Rockford because housing costs are 36% less than average. A home typically costs around $289,333, and that is significantly less than the average of $489,847. Number 9, Amarillo, Texas. Amarilloans are known for their love of high school football, hot sauce, and thick steaks. They also enjoy savings on a wide range of goods and services. Need to get your eyes checked? An appointment with an optometrist is 38% less expensive in the city known as the Yellow Rose of Texas. Dry cleaning bills are about a third cheaper than the national average. And you'll save about 16% getting your washer repaired after it inevitably breaks down. But the biggest way folks in this part of the Texas Panhandle save money is by what they shell out for housing. Metro area residents spend 36% less on housing-related costs versus the national average. The average house price of $290,338 is $199,500 below the national average. Apartment rents are 20% cheaper than what the typical American pays every month. It's also encouraging that Amarillo's economy has bounced back well since the short but sharp recession of 2020. For example, the metro area's unemployment rate of 2.9% stands below the national rate of 3.7%. Major employers include Tyson Foods, CNS Pantex, and BSA Health System. However, despite having no state income tax, Texas's tax picture for middle-class families is fairly mixed. Number 8, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The largest city in Oklahoma offers remarkably affordable prices for its size. The biggest reason, housing costs run 33% below the national average, according to the Cost of Living Index, which takes into account both home prices and apartment rents. Drilling down into those categories, home prices in Oklahoma City average $337,190 versus a national average of $489,847. Renters also do quite well on a relative basis. Average apartment rent comes to $894 a month compared with a U.S. average of $1,518. Utilities, groceries, and transportation also cost appreciably less in Oklahoma City. And yet, as a metro area with 1.45 million people, Oklahoma City offers a lot of big city attractions, from a Philharmonic Orchestra to the National Softball Hall of Fame and Museum. At the professional sports level, the Oklahoma City Thunder represents the metro area in the NBA. Meanwhile, a well-rounded metro area economy helps folks find jobs in a wide range of industries. Major employers include the USAF's Tinker Air Force Base, the University of Oklahoma, and Amazon.com. Be forewarned, however, that Oklahoma is not tax-friendly for middle-class families and presents a mixed tax picture for retirees. Number 7, Great Falls, Montana. Great Falls straddles the Missouri River and is known as the Electric City because of its numerous dams and power plants. It is often referred to as Montana's base camp as the city is centrally located and home to an international airport. Nestled in between 4 mountain ranges, 3 rivers, 2 wilderness areas and 1 wildlife refuge, adventure is easily accessible in every direction. Outdoor enthusiasts will find that there is a world to explore just outside their front door. Hiking, skiing, mountain biking and kayaking adventures are just minutes away. Glacier National Park and Yellowstone National Park are just a few hours' drive and make excellent weekend getaways. The tax picture for Montana is mixed. The state recently repealed the partial exemption on qualified retirement income. Instead, in 2024, taxpayers 65 and older can subtract $5,500 of taxable income. Montana doesn't have death taxes, and legislation passed last year provides long-term property tax relief to homeowners in the state. Income tax rates in Montana aren't as high as in some states, but they aren't the lowest in the country either. That might help to offset the lower-than-average household income in Great Falls. Income is $58,272, or 22% lower than the national average of $74,580. Number 6. Kokomo, Indiana. Kokomo was founded in 1844 as the county seat for what is now Howard County. It was originally home to the Miami Indians that lived along the waterways and the valley of the Wabash River in north-central Indiana. Droughts in Kokomo are a rare occurrence. This patch of Indiana gets 42 inches of rain and 30 inches of snow per year, on average. Although the median household income is about 3/4 of the amount in the U.S., the housing costs are 40% below the national average. Indiana currently has a flat tax rate of 3.15% that is applied to state-adjusted gross income after modifications. Starting with the 2024 tax year, all military income will be exempt from state income tax. Getting around the city of Kokomo is easy and can be free. The city offers residents and visitors free public transportation through City Line Trolley, providing coverage to most of the education, retail and medical areas and services with over 250 specific stops. The CocoGo Bike Share facility offers a free bike share program during the spring, summer and fall months. Overall transportation costs are about 10% below the national average. Number 5. Jonesboro, Arkansas. The Jonesboro metro area consists of 2 counties, Craighead and Poinsett, and is anchored by the city of Jonesboro. It's located in northeast Arkansas and a short 50-mile drive to Memphis, Tennessee. Jonesboro has a small town vibe with facets of a college town as it is home to Arkansas State University. Birding is a popular pastime in Arkansas. Inside the 692-acre Craighead Forest Park is the Craighead Forest Trails Loop. This trail is about 7.4 miles long and is a popular destination for ornithologists and twitchers. There are plenty of local corporate employers in Jonesboro, including Frito-Lay, Unilever, and General Mills, so you can get a good job and enjoy an affordable lifestyle all in one place. Owning a home is more attainable here than in most places. Arkansas's property taxes are among the lowest in the nation. Housing costs are 36% cheaper than the national average and utilities are 10% less. The average commute is 20 minutes and gassing up your car to get to work costs only 89% of the national average. Number 4. Lawton, Oklahoma. Lawton is a military town located in southwest Oklahoma and only 40 miles north of the Texas border. It is home to Fort Sill, and anyone who ever shot artillery in an American war, from WW on, was trained at Fort Sill. The Lawton metropolitan area in Oklahoma is one of 23 U.S. metro areas where almost 1 in every 5 people live below the poverty line. The 19.3% poverty rate in Lawton is the 22nd highest of the 386 U.S. metro areas. And while healthcare costs are about 5% less than the national average, there are only 180 physicians per 100,000 population in the Lawton metro area. The average in the U.S. is 210 per 100,000 people. Housing costs are 39% below the national average, with the average price of a home $302,250. Oklahoma homeowners pay some of the lowest property tax bills in the country, with a median tax bill of $1,351 and an average effective property tax rate of 0.9%. Preparing breakfast in your kitchen will cost less too. The price of a dozen eggs is 15% below the mean price. Margarine and bread are both 8% cheaper than the norm. Notable employers in Lawton include Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, Great Plains Technology Center and Cameron University. Visitors can explore attractions like the Museum of the Great Plains or take a leisurely stroll through Elmer Thomas Park, where you can see prairie dogs and enjoy a Christmas light show during the holidays. Number 3, McAllen, Texas. McAllen might be one of the cheapest places to live in the US, but it comes at a price. The poverty rate in the McAllen-Edinburg Mission metro area is 27.6%. That's more than double both the Texas rate of 13.9% and the US rate of 12.6%. On the plus side, McAllen is famous for bird watching because of its location on a major migration route. The Quinta Mazatlan, a luxury birdhouse with more than 15 acres of birding habitat, is not to be missed. The city also features the International Museum of Art and Science, which has a specific focus on Latin American art. And McAllen is indeed one of the cheapest places to live in the US for city dwellers. Housing costs are 41.5% lower than the national average, healthcare expenses are 26% cheaper and grocery items are around 5% less than what the typical American pays. One of the few things residents pay a little extra for is utilities, plus 6.4%, which isn't surprising given that temperatures routinely soar into the high 90s during the summer months. But surprisingly, Texas isn't a great place when it comes to taxes. How does a state with no income tax at all not end up on the most tax-friendly list? It starts by having the 7th highest median property tax rate in the country. However, voters recently approved a new Texas property tax relief measure that might give the state a more favorable ranking in the future. Number 2, Conway, Arkansas. The city of Conway, an affordable enclave in the North Little Rock Conway metro area, is home to a number of high-tech companies, including information technology firm Insight Enterprises. At the same time, a large proportion of younger residents helps keep costs in check. Known as the City of Colleges, Conway hosts 3 post-secondary educational institutions: the University of Central Arkansas, Hendrix College, and Central Baptist College. Close proximity to the Arkansas River and Lake Conway makes the city ideal for fishing and water sports, and there's ample space for hunting. Yet you can drive to the state capital of Little Rock in a half hour or so. Not that Conway is without its own more aspirational cultural attractions. The city is home to the Arkansas Shakespeare Theater, the state's only professional Shakespeare company. Although Conway's median home value is among the highest on the list of the 10 cheapest U.S. cities, it's still well below the U.S. median, and housing-related costs run 32% below the national average. Groceries, transportation and healthcare costs are also comparatively modest. Arkansas also isn't terribly tax burdensome to retirees. And there are no estate or inheritance taxes when you die. Number 1, Harlingen, Texas. Harlingen currently ranks as the cheapest place to live in the U.S. Harlingen sits at the southernmost tip of Texas, with the Rio Grande to the south and the Gulf of Mexico to the east. The Brownsville-Harlingen metro area is a hardscrabble place where 22.3% of residents live below the poverty line. That's about 1.5 times the poverty rate for Texas as a whole. Comparatively low median household income and high unemployment are other grim aspects of the metro area's economy. However, just about everything, from groceries to gasoline, costs less in Harlingen. Locals save about 13% on a good cut of steak compared to the national average. The average home price in Harlingen is a striking $178,000 less than the U.S. average. The average apartment rents for $806 per month, or 45% lower than the national average of $1,440. As with not-too-distant neighbor McAllen, utility bills run a bit high, or 7% above the national average. Although agriculture remains central to Harlingen's local economy, the healthcare and telecommunications industries are rapidly gaining importance. Lastly, it would be negligent to forget one of the area's biggest selling points: Harlingen is only about an hour's drive to the beaches of South Padre Island. If you enjoy this video, then don't forget to hit the like button, also subscribe and turn on your notification bell for watch many more interesting videos. Thanks for watching.